It is Riyadh season in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we're about to see another big-time fight here at Kingdom Arena. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend?
And here he is in the... It's Janibek. So much hype. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Nice hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. That hook just can't find the target. They exchange punches. These two fighters are made for one another. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Insane action. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Perfect counter shot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counter punchers, my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Jab does not score. So close with that uppercut. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Beautiful counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the... Here we go. It's round two. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction.
You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Where did that come from? What a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Jab slightly off target. That counter punch caught him clean. There's a counter shot. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That left uppercut doesn't score. Can't land the jab there. Not a lot of defense here at all. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, whoa, wait a minute! Crawford is dazed! Talk about Janibek that last round. Beat. On to the third. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
How about that time counter shot? When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know they made...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. It somehow weathered the storm.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter punching. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
He misses with that straight left. Swing and a miss with that jab. Missing with that right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. Try to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Are we about to see a first round knockout? Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Catch and shoot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Throws the uppercut but misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here's the bell to start round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter lands. Good defense blocking that right uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They're both trying for a knockout. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
Nobody home with that hook. That counter shot lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. On to the 6th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Nice counter shot. Punch, counter punch. That hook doesn't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Which fighter will say no mas? Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
What's the referee thinking right now? Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet, so I guess he's... Here we go, it's round 7. Good counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Nice counter punch. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight.
Are you okay?
So that's that. The referee's made his judgment, and we carry on. Swing and a miss with the hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That right hook's blocked. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Incredible work rate. One punch could change everything in this battle. And he scores with the counter. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last. And we enter the 8th round. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can't connect with that right hook. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Nice counter shot. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
swing and a miss with the right hook. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. We'll see. And there's the bell to start round 9. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Just missing with the uppercut. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
That uppercut misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. They're in trouble. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Can they finish it? No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. How much? There's the bell to start round 10. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Nope, that hook won't score. That jab gets blocked. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Nice job blocking the hook. Both men step back for just a moment. putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Crawford got hit hard, and down he goes. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you got to get some before you get him close.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Back and forth they go. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face.
Taking too much, the fight is over.
And they're calling it there.
This should have been stopped at the beginning of the round.
Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.